Are we live now? Facts. Some people come in the room still.
Are you writing the thing?
Mm-hmm. Just Q&A with the village. Alright, so we're going to be accepting questions. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and drop them off in the story, and I'll go through them. Please don't ask any stupid questions. I'm not gonna read them. It's gonna get in the way. Stay respectful.
Yeah, we blocking the delete. Come on, man.
We're gonna block and delete people who are being disrespectful.
Yeah. You gotta keep a clean environment.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on this.
You got children here. Let's be respectful. If you don't agree on your platform. So there won't be no negativity here. You're gonna get blocked from the people. So just be respectful, that's all. Just be mature. Want to hear everybody?
Right? Village? Yeah. Y'all look good, man.
Thank you.
They look good.
We're also recording for you. We're also recording for YouTube, so that's what it is.
Okay. We got a lot of questions.
Got a lot of questions?
Got a whole lot of questions.
Alright, let's get it.
Alright, question number 1. How does Nana feel now she's back?
I feel happy. I feel at home. I feel at peace. Babylon is not the world for me. If anybody knew me in Babylon, they knew that my mind was always somewhere else, and they couldn't hold a conversation with me for long because my mind was always on some nature, living in tune with nature, you know. But right now, I feel it's just blissful. It's blissful to feel. Because at one state, my family felt like it was almost destroyed. Like, you know, I'm a woman. I have a husband, I have a daughter, and that's a dream for me to have a family and to be a mother and to be a wife. So when I had that, and then it almost felt destroyed, I was like, I didn't know how to respond. I didn't know how to respond to that because the last thing that I wanted in my life was to be a single mother. Like, that was the last thing. And for my child not to have her father, or to not have that family, or to not have children who she could play with, because I want to raise Eliana a certain way. And in Babylon, I can't raise her like that. It's not realistic because of the environment. So right now, I just feel extremely happy for her sake, because I'm able to give her that, and also happy for myself, because now I have my husband back, who I dearly love. I have my family who understands me and who I understand, who I can, talk back and forth with, bounce my mind off of. I feel good about that. That's a good feeling, to know that you're with the people who you're supposed to be with, rather than trying to find them for the rest of your life.
That's what's up. So then you're getting blocked. Being disrespectful, you're getting blocked. Okay. So the question is, how does each person feel about Chief Dis' return? So I want to see how people feel.
So, to start out, I was like, yo, she coming back. And at first I was a little bit skeptical, you know what I'm saying, just from past experiences, but it's through the forgiveness. It's through actually being like, yo, we actually doing something here, and seeing that she was actually serious, more serious about coming back. You You feel what I'm saying? There was even tests along the way that she passed to prove that she was even more committed than she was from like past experiences. That let me be like, oh shit. So she really, really serious about that. And now just seeing like, as soon as she came back, it was like, it felt like we filled like a void type shit. It was a void that was filled like the missing link. And now I feel like we all just like in our shit now.
That's what it is.
I see.
Oh, my bad. They're both in the camera, my bad. Okay.
I'm really excited that they're back. Like, Nana's like the particle that we were missing. Like, everything feels right now, and I can tell like she learned and grew a lot. I see a lot of maturity, and I'm just excited for the future. Like,
that's what's up. Okay. How do you feel?
For Nana's return, I've watched her when I was in Babylon, and even me coming here and her not being here, it was like, dang, like that's the person I kind of connected to. But then I was like, I connected to her. So her now being here is like super dope because I'm able to see myself in her and see her growth, and ready for her evolution to become the greatest chiefess there is.
How do you feel?
I feel very pleased that Nana's back. I feel pleased Nana's back. I'm very happy that she's back. It made me see her strength, her true strength for her coming back, and just her whole journey and how it happened. I feel very proud.
I feel good. I feel happy. I see how her decisions and her evolution has affected Chief, and Chief is happy, and I feel like we complete. You know what I mean? I feel like we solid, we growing, and we going in the direction that we back on track. That's how I feel. We back on track.
That's a fact. She's a key component into this machine, this vehicle running, and this is a blessing. Like, it's great just to see her overcome her demons. Y'all seen it online, and now she's actually overcome all her debilitations, all her demons. You know what I mean? She knows what they are, and it's such a blessing to see her actually come back. And now that she's here, the energy's way different. Things are cleaner, and we're actually moving forward towards our goals. So, you know, as you can see, it's a blessing. It's great.
It's very great that she's back. It's the best decision that she could have ever made in her life. So I'm glad that she was able to come back to a balance, stay within herself, and then come back. And then we see that when she as soon as she gets back, that everything started going back the way that it's supposed to be. So it's the best decision that she could have ever made.
That's right. I'm glad Nana's back because she represents quality over quantity. Who Chief is with Nana, there's no amount of women that can bring that energy out of him and that sense of completeness. And it's one thing. It's one thing to view it over the phone, but to actually experience what type of energy Nana brings to Chief, it's a whole other thing.
It's definitely a completeness feeling. It's like how things, yes, how things should be. And I'm so glad Nana's back and baby Eliana's back. Everything, like, this is exactly where you belong, and we feel it as soon as you came back. So I'm so happy. I'm like, because there was a point where I did not know if she was coming back. She was saying like, she coming back, and I'm like, oh my God, no. But she came back. Like, that's amazing to me. I'm so happy that you're back. That's crazy. I have not expressed that. I have chills in my body right now.
I got this.
Because I haven't said that, but I'm really happy that she's back. Absolutely.
So,
I'm definitely happy that she's home because she brings balance to the feminine energy. She brings balance to the family, to Chief. It's amazing to see. I watched her online prior to being here, and it was amazing. But to have her in my presence, it's like breathtaking. And I'm thankful to be in your presence and to be part of your electric group. And I like it. And I'm curious to know more about you and the ideas that you bring. Because you're amazing, and I'm glad to be in your presence. So.
my bad.
It's good.
Normal.
It feels great
it's like in one word, complete. That's the vibes. I'm telling you. Y'all said it. Complete is like, it feels great. It feels like the family is back together now. It's a very complete feeling now. It feels good. It's like no other feeling. Like when she left, it was a void, a very deep void, and we all felt it. Now that she's back, it's like it's been fulfilled. It's complete now.
There's nobody filming your face for you.
Oh man, you're right. There's no angle this one.
There's no angle for you.
You're right.
For YouTube, yeah.
Too late now.
Right. He's done. He done.
We have to use that.
I'm very happy that Nana is back. I don't have the words for it. It's just, she's back. And we feel it all. What she represents is what truly is, what I want to become. And I'm very glad that she's back. We are back to balance. We are back to the mission. And I'm very happy that she's back. I hope that we now can move on.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Shoot, I'm glad Nana's back. I always said that Chief and Nana were like sun and the moon, and it's just not right missing one of them at all. Now that they're both together, it's like now we can move forward. It's just right. It just feels right. I feel like we're back on track as a family now, and all the blessings that we want to receive are able to come in now. That's how I feel about it. This is good right here.
So they want to know what I think.
What do y'all think?
They want to know what I think. They said to each and every person, but I don't know. Are you talking about the member or are you talking about me?
Each person.
Me?
No.
I feel good. I feel strong. I feel like they say I feel balanced. I feel rejuvenated. I feel like now I know what I was missing, and I know the value of my woman. You feel me? I know like, yeah, sometimes something needs to get taken away for you to understand the value of it. You understand what I'm saying? It's quality. You know what I mean? Not saying nothing against the other woman, it just ain't the woman for me. You feel me? It's my woman. You know what I mean? And I didn't know that until I ain't having it. She came back and just, I feel like I'm in heaven. That's it. I just feel like I'm in heaven. Period.
That's what it is. Let's go to the next question. So, are you going to remain monogamous?
Absolutely. I'm gonna be doing videos on monogamy because I feel like it's a lot to it that I want to get into that I didn't understand that she brought me to. And who would have thought this beautiful little angelic woman would be just enough to put me to my knees, you know what I mean? Because I'm a force, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a force to be reckoned with myself, and I could be reckless, you feel what I'm saying? And she just brings balance to my whole. The funny thing is, she got a tattoo on her back. Let me show her the tattoo. My little angel right here. It's funny. She got this on her back, and that's exactly what she represents. Oh, man. Balance. Like, she brings balance in my life, because my energy is a very powerful energy, but it's a rambunctious energy. It's like electricity without grounding. It's a live wire. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's what I am. I'm a live wire without the grounding. You know what I'm saying? So she ground me like, you know what I'm saying? You know. And so, as far as the monogamy goes, it ain't nothing else for me. You know what I mean? And I want to get into that. Later. I want to talk about that, but I'm going to let the other questions come in, but I want to go into details. I want to do a whole day. Like, we about to go back to work. We about to get back to work. We're doing the formal stuff, and it's beautiful, but we're about to get back to the downloads, and I got downloads about monogamy and how that's better for your spiritual growth that I didn't know of. Updates, just a lot of updates. Okay? And yes, I'm monogamous now. We monogamous. I mean, I'm going to be going into the details of that later. I'm going to let the other questions get out there.
All right. So how did everyone choose who to be with in their tribe? Or did Chief and Chiefess choose for everyone?
I think that, because in our whole evolution of the village, we prior had couples together, like Caliber and Pluto was already together, China Ayu was already together, and Malia is a new face, and Zoka is a new face. So Zoka and Malia actually magnetically drew to who they wanted to be with. And, Tron and Aya and Caliber and Pluto just finished whatever that was already there, what was already started. And so that's how everything unfolded. Now, if they have personal issues with each other, I mean, obviously we communicate and we talk about it, and that's how we get through it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's how everything runs. And for Mama Zion, I know everybody has a lot of questions. Where's Zion Derek? Where is he? But yeah, that's a whole other story.
Listen, let me tell y'all. That was a nice sweet question. Can I be a little more raw? This was the stipulation for Nana to come back. Straight up, man. She'll be real with you. You know what I'm saying? She ain't want no woman in my motherfucking face. You feel me? She want every woman to have what she has.
Yeah.
You feel me what I'm saying? So she so we sat down and we formulated so everybody could be happy. Point, just real shit. She wasn't having, no other woman, they want you. Nah, we need to give them what I have. They don't gotta leave. They should be able to have what I have. That's what she said. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
I just, you know me, I'm gonna keep it all the way raw and funky with you because I just like to be like that. A lot of people like to be formal. I'm just so raw energy. That's who I am. So I'm of course, I'm a lot more humble with my wife, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it went down. We sat down and formulated it so everybody could get what they need.
Okay. So everybody, well, here, let's go to this one. Have you talked to Olmek?
For what?
Right, like
There's a lot of Olmek questions.
Listen, Olmek is a non-factor. That man put his hands on my woman, and that man touched my daughter. Don't ask me nothing about Olmek. Don't even mention that nigga name around here. We being nice about that. You feel me? Because if I was in my lower self, he wouldn't be here. Touch my fucking daughter. My wife, because she was inebriated, she was in her emotions, she was being silly like women do. Women get like that. But men, we gotta carry ourselves different from that. You know what she was doing? Touch my daughter in public. You knew who she was. That's my princess. I ain't got nothing to say about her.
All right. Will you be teaching about twin flames at all going forward?
That's a factory. That's a factory. I want to teach. I got so much knowledge throughout this whole thing I want to give to y'all because I done misled a lot of people. I misled a lot of people. I was wrong about a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? And all this knowledge that came to me, greed was there. Lust was there. You feel me? Like, I've evolved so much. I got so much more to teach. You feel me? I'm so much more balanced now. You feel me? And that's the power of a twin flame of your woman. When you meet that one for you, she gonna bring that element to you. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna be getting into them lessons about twin flames and all that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. So there's a lot of questions about Zion. Why is Zion the only one not in the tribe?
Well, she manifested her direct. Her direct is on the way right now. Trying to surprise y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all pressed. Y'all
It's
so
a lot of Zion questions.
Y'all so pressed. We trying to surprise you. Her direct is on the way. Matter of fact, he'll be here in a couple of days. God damn, we trying to surprise y'all. Zion. Damn.
Yo.
Wasn't worried about Zion before. saying? But damn, she got the rap. Y'all need to be working about loyal.
Yeah, loyal ass.
Talking about Zion. Look. She right there.
How stupid is
She good. She good.
She in love right now. We was trying to surprise y'all. We wanted that to be the wild card. You feel what I'm saying? We was trying to surprise y'all. Y'all so nosy. We wanted the dude to just pop up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then be like, that's her direct. Like, yo, who's that? But nah, y'all had to know. Where's Zion? Her page was down too.
Yeah.
You gonna tell them about your page?
Yeah, my page is like, I don't have access to my page, so.
Because of why?
Because of my phone, my phone broke down, and I have to fix it before I can like go on into it. I don't think it's. I have a new page now. My new page is immortal.tribe.
Okay.
So check it out.
Ziga?
Z-I-G-A.
Immortal.
Ziga.
That's the name of their tribe. We're not gonna let you know who the dude is though.
Worry about my mans over there.
You know these folks be crazy, man. There she go. Come on, baby. She up. Come here, baby. Come here. Right. Come here, baby. Come here. Come on, Baba. Come on. You gonna say hi to the people? Say what's up. Say what's up to the people. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi to the people.
Hey, princess.
You gonna say hi? Say hi, baby. Say hi, princess. Say hi. Say what's up. Look. Say hi. Put your hand. There you go.
Yeah.
I almost messed this up. Man, I gotta save so many men now. I done misled.
Gotta save these souls.
Yo, a dude called me the other day. He was like, yo, I got 6 bombs, G. I'm like, get out of there. Now some real shit though. Look, right? He was like, yo, when I got off the phone, he was like, yo, I'm so glad you told me this. I was doing this. That's right. Yo, for real? I said, yo, let them other 5 women go and get your wife, yo. Cause he was like, my wife on the way right now with a new wife. I'm like, tell me, get out of there. Get out of there. He's like, yo, are you serious? He's like, yo, that's real though. Quality over quantity. He's like, you right, man. It's like I gotta reprogram the other ones. I'm like, nah, they deserve to have what you and her had. You feel me? And you holding them from that. After I got off the phone, we was on the phone for about like 30 minutes conversation. I saved this man. And I feel like I got a lot of more dudes out there I misled with the, you know what I mean? With the yin-yang. And the thing is, because my Capricorn South Node, you know what I'm saying? I got a Capricorn South Node, so it make me cut off my emotions, and you know what I'm saying? And I be just in the logic, you feel me? And that ain't the way, because you know, with the Cancer North Node, you have to come into the family emotions and my divine feminine. And so I wasn't listening to her, so I got a lot. I'm gonna be going live like I regularly do, you know what I'm saying, with the camp on. And I'm gonna be giving some lessons about stuff that I need to revise. You know what I'm saying? I made a lot of mistakes in the things I was saying. I need to you know what I'm saying, right my wrongs. I feel like a drug dealer that turned Christian. Jesus Christ.
Malcolm X is.
I feel like I misled a lot of people with certain things I was saying. I need to, you know what I mean? Now that I understand it better, I gotta come with a better teaching. Like, for real, like we already erased the polygamy stuff off YouTube, right? So, you know, man, this right here is, you know, I just gotta help some dudes out there that might be confused, you know. Next question.
All right. Let's see. What are some significant steps you will utilize to build trust between you two, the tribe and the public? I'm saying, what steps would you use to build trust?
Trust as far as what?
The relationship, I'm sure.
In a relationship, we got 3 C's here. We got communication. We got, first of all, is commitment. We call it the 3 C's. Commitment. The second one is communication. The third one is consistency. Through the 3 C's, you could be successful at anything you do in life. First, you got to be committed. You got to stay down through the ups and downs. Every time things go wrong, you can't be out of here because things are going wrong. You got to stay consistent. Commitment is the key to any success because it's going to be ups and downs. You feel what I'm saying? You got to be able to stick through everything. You know, in the streets, they say stay down because you're going to have droughts or whatever you have, you got to stay down. You know what I'm saying? That's just anything you're going through in life. Especially, you know, in a relationship, you got to stay down. Communication, when shit get emotional, you got to talk through the emotions and all that. You got to stay, you know what I'm saying? And then you got to stay consistent. Because you can do it 1, 2, 3 times, and then you might not want to stay consistent with it, you know what I mean? So, that's what it's about. And then we have our morals and principles, MODs, and we got a 42 laws of Mayat, you feel me? We're trying to hold those, live a highly moral life. That's the difference between carbonation, you know what I'm saying, and other people, is that we're committed to living a highly moral life. That's what we're trying to do. Break generational curses and live a highly moral life. That's it. You feel me? Once I'm found that there's something wrong that I'm doing, if you can prove that I'm wrong, I'm gonna switch my joint up. You feel me? Like it is what it is. But you gotta prove it to me. She did.
Okay. So what are the future plans for carbonation?
Let me tell you something. Whatever she said. But for real, like, you know what I mean? I try not to make decisions without running it by her now, because it's like, what I do see is that each and every tribe here becomes its own kingdom. That's she getting into it. So each and every tribe here becomes their own kingdom. So what you see here becomes a chief here, a chief there, a chief. Every man here is a chief, and every woman here is a chiefess. We're here to duplicate what we have in every tribe. That's what the future is for us. Right? Right? What you guys want to add to that?
I pretty much said it.
You want to talk about the feminine side?
Yeah, I want, for our tribe, our village, I want us to become more evolved within our femininity and our masculinity, because where we were programmed in Babylon, just as we are fixing our generational curses or healing our generational curses, we weren't properly taught how to channel our feminine energy and channel our masculine energy. So that's what we're working on every single day, to completely come into our divine masculine and divine feminine and being able to channel that so that we can help the world channel theirs. Because we're in a very low state right now as humanity, and we're trying to elevate that, and we are elevating it by living it on a daily basis. We may have hiccups, we may have, our things, just like everybody in life does, but what we are doing is continuing it. Even if we fall, we're going to get back up. Because it's not, he told me this, babe told me this when I was like super young on my spiritual journey. Like, he was like, it's not about how you fall, it's about how you get up. It doesn't matter about how many times you fuck up, it's about how you fix whatever you just messed up. You understand what I'm saying? So really, everything, we live in a moment and everything is unfolding one day at a time, one moment at a time, and we're not rushing anything, we're just letting it unfold. And if something needs to be addressed today or something needs to be learned or implemented today, then we do it in the moment and then we carry that out into our future. And that's going to continue. We are literally evolving. And so I feel like it's going to be dope. What the end result of this, man, it's going to be something that humanity has never even seen. What we're doing right now is what humanity never even seen. You understand? So where we're going is going to be even more powerful than just this moment. So I'm excited for that. And I'm excited to be a part of that because I have a lot that I have to share with the feminine energy here in Carbonation to get us to the level within our divine femininity. You understand what I'm saying? And so does Chief for the men here to build them into their divine masculinity. Yes.
True.
All right. So are we here to be happy?
I think that we are in the world, like I did say that. I feel like what we do here determines will we have eternal life. Happiness, true happiness.
Yeah.
I think that this place is where you build that. You know what I mean? Where you create it, where you test it, and where you make that happen. I feel like this is a proving ground. I don't feel like this is eternity. I feel like what you do here determines where your soul will go and spend the rest of eternity. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like we're being tested here. I feel like we're here to prove and validate ourselves to ourselves. This is where you become God. You understand? This is where you get all the lessons you need to build the self-esteem to understand who you are truly. So I don't think we're here to be happy. I think that we're here to make happy. Or become. You know what I mean? Make that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that you make that through learning your life lessons and evolving and then changing. And change is death, and it can be painful. You know what I'm saying? And so it is what it is. It's just validation. I think we're here to be validated. We validate ourselves to ourselves and to join the flame of life if we vibrate to that frequency. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so someone wants to know, why can't I have 2 quality wives?
All right, so why can't you have 2 quality dicks? Do you have 2 dicks? You don't. You got 1. And I say that to think, make you think. You feel what I'm saying? She got 1 vagina. You got one penis. I think that what I was misunderstanding was that the quality of the emotion, the quality of a relationship is based on the emotional bond that you have. It's not that you're looking for multiple women, you're looking for the right woman. You know what I mean? It's not that you're looking. It is in our nature, right? I don't want to go into this right now. Right. Okay, so you should focus all your energy on one being. It's like with our technology. Our technology is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's getting more to the point. Having one woman and having the right woman to focus on, you become complete as far as what God is. We have to realize that God is masculine and feminine brought together. We got to remember that we are a piece of our own soul. Literally, like when you look at your body is your soul. I did not want to give this download right now. I'm trying to wait till later.
And you're saying what I'm saying.
Right, your body is a piece of what you are. And all of us are in search of ourselves in another. Now, you might find many people like you. But as I say, the more you learn who you are, the more you're just looking for that one other person that completes who you are to you. You see what I'm saying? There is a woman out there, there is a man out there. Once you do the spiritual work, that is your twin flame. It is the rest of your soul. That person is the rest of your soul. You understand what I'm saying? A man is only 1/4 of God. A female is the rest of the 3/4. We've been split. We're split animal. The man, the female is 3/4 God. When the male and female come together, you have creation. You have completion, cipher. The right male and female put together can use their sexual energy to manifest whatever they want. Once you have found your counterpart, you can use this energy not only to create gods, for the gods to come through you, children. No. This sexual energy, you can use it to manifest whatever you want. You literally become God when you find your other, I want to say your other half, because women are 3/4 again of God, and 1/4 is the man. So when that comes together, you have completion. I say that because the woman has, we don't have equal components. The woman has breasts. She gives life. She sustains life. We can't with these joints. We can protect life, but we can't sustain it. So therefore, women have everything we have, except a penis, but they have a penis, which is a clitoris. But it's not functional in that way. So if you could think about God being this hermaphrodite being, where it had a vagina and a penis, it was a hermaphrodite. And it birthed itself and split itself into 2 parts. And we're all split up, right? We broke ourselves into many pieces. And so now each and every one of us are in search of who? Ourselves.
Yep.
In what? In another. That's all we're looking for. Everyone out here is looking for themselves in friends, family, everything.
Especially in love.
In the love. And that's the zenith. The ultimate goal is to find yourself intimately in another. Yeah. And so we're going through relationships, A-lines and situationships, just to find that completion. Once you have found that completion, you will know it. But it takes spiritual growth of your own. We have to grow to that maturity. We have to grow to that frequency of love for the self before you can magnetically reach the fact and match the frequency of that being coming to you. Most of the time, we don't even know it. Like I didn't. I was stupid, dumb, deaf, and blind, not even to realize my twin flame. Why? Because I had a lot of things in my chart that I had to overcome. Pride, 7 deadly sins. Pride, greed, lust, you know? I'm a lower self nature. I was saying polygamy is natural, and it is natural to your lower self. I mean, man is nature. I wasn't trying to get it downloaded. Man is nature, but he has a lower nature and he has a higher nature. He has a divinity and he has a lower nature. His lower nature makes him feel greed. The more is more. I was thinking more was going to make me more powerful. Nah, less is more. Like Jay-Z said, yo, it's not many of us. He said less is more, it's plenty of us. And that's crazy that I remember that. But it took my wife to break it down to me. In a moment, I was like, yo, damn, I ain't even thought about it. I felt so stupid. And I was like, damn, I gotta go erase all these videos. You know what I'm saying? Because in polygamy, you're draining yourself. You're spreading yourself thin. You feel what I'm saying? And you're not made to like be with all those women like that. You feel what I'm saying? And it will feed your ego. It will feed your pride. It will feed you and make you feel like, yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm so glad I had the bond I had because I can compare it to something that maybe somebody never had the bond that I had. And they just go to the polygamy and they think that that's normal. Nah, man, you're supposed to have a deep emotional bond with someone else. A very deep one, to the point where you complete each other's thoughts, where you can feel each other's feelings, where you really, literally are, you know what I'm saying, connected. To the point where you feel like, yo, this is the female me. I want that for everyone. I want them to feel like I feel about Eliana. I want my baby. Oh. All right, so I want everybody to feel what I feel when it comes to Eliana, because it's like, I think that's the beginning of your life. I don't think you living until you find your twin flame.
That's true. That's true.
When you find your twin, then it's like, then you can get it in.
Yeah,
it's like,
for your twin,
because
don't give in.
you can, and I'm gonna get the mic to you after this, but you could literally make love with each other and manifest whatever you want. Because between you and you have that God energy, that creative energy, and then when you see my daughter, she's undeniable. It's quality over quantity. I had to learn that. Go ahead, man.
I was that's true for me because I experienced it. Like my whole as a woman and coming into my femininity and understanding what my purpose is on earth as far as to be a mother and a wife, I was in search for him. Like, period. Like that was the first thing that I set out to do before I went and had a house, before I went and created children, before I went and tried to implement my ideas into the world. Like that was the first step because I need him in order to do it. Because if I'm doing it by myself, maybe certain things won't get done the way that it needs to be done. You understand? There's no solid foundation. Everything will fall apart if I'm just standing there by myself. I can't have children by myself. I can't have a family by myself. So that was one of the first things that I set out to do, and I literally told the universe exactly what I wanted. I'm talking about detail for detail. When I tell you this man embodies everything that I wanted, literally and more. So I'm very thankful for finding my twin flame. And when I came into contact with him, I was growing. I was definitely growing because ever since every relationship that I got in, if I figured that person, once I understood that person wasn't it, I was like, all right, out of here. And people would look at me and they'd be like, damn, you cold, you heartless, because you just letting these niggas go. And I'm like, that's not for me. You know what I'm saying? Why keep holding on? And this is why I encourage everybody to do it. If you're in a relationship and you feel like that person, you know for a fact, like in your soul, that person isn't for you, you shouldn't continue and lead them on because it's going to hurt you and them in the process.
Don't waste your time.
And your significant other is out there waiting for you.
That's a fact.
So once I actually bonded with him, it's complete bliss, like you said, heaven. And I'm able to create whatever I want. I'm more creative. But then when everything was going, kind of downhill in our relationship.
Let me ask something right there.
Sure.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
I am emotionally immature. When I say that, I mean that I don't know how to deal with emotion. Most men are. I'm intellectually strong. I'm an intellectual bully. I got the gift of gab. But emotionally, I'm weak as fuck. My feminine vibe is love. She helps me with that. It's a difference. You might look at me and be like, yo, Chief, he powerful. My power is in my intellect. My power is in my logic. My power is in my knowledge. That's cool. But without my wisdom, without that feminine energy, I'm incomplete. And so she's emotionally developed. Women are naturally more emotionally, they come out the womb emotionally developed. So us men, we have to listen to our women and they need to listen to us. We have to bring that together and party and marry that, because as powerful as I thought I was, I lacked femininity, my balance. I can't be powerful without completion. So I was headstrong, but my heart was weak.
And I can say, throughout our entire relationship, I have been emotionally immature, and that's something that I personally
But you
have
were
to work on
emotionally
within my
developed.
chart.
You were emotionally developed, though.
Yeah, but
It's a difference. You were emotionally developed, meaning that you innately knew what you wanted.
yeah, absolutely.
But you just didn't know how to explain it intellectually. I'm the one that intellectualizes your heart. You feel me? You didn't know how to do it, but you knew you were developed.
And that's the thing between
know what
us.
I'm
Like
saying?
you have exactly what I need, and I have exactly what he needs. So it was times in our relationship where I didn't have to fight him, I didn't have to fuss, I didn't have to do or respond in an emotionally immature
I'm
way.
hard-headed. I'm a bully.
No, even still, I didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
But there's debilitations within my chart that I have to go through as well and learn and grow from.
Yeah, but if
as
you
well.
ain't do that, then I would have never understood. Feel what I'm saying? So everything is in divine timing.
Damn, you trying to say, damn,
The universe punished me for not tapping into my Cancer north. It punished me. You feel me? That's what happens when you are not living in your destiny. The universe has a way of smacking that ass. And you know what really killed me? And I have to say this, when I see Olmek pick my daughter up, my nigga, I wanted to fly the fuck out. My nigga, I start having all kind of demonic thoughts. I was just like, this nigga got me all the way fucked up. Like, yo, I was so mad, I never, you a woman, like, you supposed to be doing emotionally stupid shit. Like, I'm used to that. But did he get involved and it give me a breeze in the, I'm one of them niggas like, yeah, okay. Now, man involved. Now, I can take my frustration out on that nigga. You know what I mean? That shit I felt like, I want to kill this nigga. But I was like, nah, like, I gotta stay, grounded. And then, that shit, I got into some really dark spaces seeing my daughter in his hands. And I was just like, man. And then Zoka came. That shit just helped me out. I was like, dang, thank you. Because I was almost off my path when I seen my daughter in that man's hand, because it's like, that's my baby girl. It was like, she was like a voodoo doll, and they was using her to affect my emotions. He was like my little voodoo doll. And they had like a little doll of me. What they did with her, they just poked at me. And it was like, cold. It was crazy.
The thing about that, everybody, like, she looks just like you. Everybody kept saying it like over and over, and it you could never leave me. Even though I was over there, you was not going at all. Like, you was always right there.
That's a fact.
Through her, I'm like, think about you. Like, damn, I'm gonna think about this right now, but fuck.
And then as soon as she see me again, she was staring at me like, yeah.
When she first seen him after the 5 months, I do think that in the first month I showed her to him, but she was still like kind of like underdeveloped a little bit. But when she first seen him after the whole time and everything, she immediately knew who he was. She was like, she immediately knew who he was, and I was grateful and thankful for that, because that was not a good situation. When you don't have the parent with the child, that is the worst. That is worse than that is bad. That is not anything that you would want to experience with your child. I don't like how that feels at all.
Yeah, it's all good. Next question.
All right. Okay, for Nana, what was the worst part about being back in the United States?
The worst part about being back in the States was the fact that there's so many bad points. It's so many. The worst part about being in Babylon was that I was in my lower self. That's the worst part, is being in your lower self. Because you can't express divinity within that realm. Like, you can't. Like, I tried, and everything was going against that. Like, that whole vibe, that whole frequency is going in one direction, and I felt like I was going in the other way. And it was constant friction and it's just constant friction between what I thought and what they were, like, what that environment was living or being or doing. So it was definitely a mental struggle in order to balance everything. This is why I was like always in and out. Sometimes I'll be there, then I'll disappear, then I'll come back, then I'll disappear. But because it's hard when you are naturally a person who thinks in the divine way, and then you try to force yourself in a lower self, like in your lower self, in the lower frequency. And that was my problem. But prior to me leaving Babylon in the first place, coming to Carbonation, because I knew that wasn't me. I could not survive there. Like, it's not in my soul to be in Babylon and to have a job and to do lower self things. It's not. It was never like that. So that was the hardest part for me. I literally had to like turn off my brain to be able to exist and make the decisions and do the things that I did in order to, have some type of stable, because if I would have did anything else, I would have been called crazy. People would have been looking at me, it would have been even more stressful. I probably would have had nervous breakdown, being an emotional wreck. So I had to adjust who I really was in order to, sustain myself in that environment.
Yeah, just basically shut your soul off.
Yeah, because everything I was doing it's not what I want to do. Like, it's not anything in mind that I've ever had as an idea that I want in my life, literally. So it was interesting to watch myself go through it. It was meaningless, and then after everything's said and done, people are like nagging you about certain decisions that you make, and you're like, damn, you really don't care about me. You really don't care about really want to do in my life. Like, you know, and that hurts. That hurts because everybody's like, I love you, I love you, I love you, but then their actions are saying totally different things.
They ain't listening to what you want.
What I really, and that has been my problem since I was a youngin', like coming up. I ran away from it. I was doing my own thing because of that. I was making my own decisions because of it. Because nobody truly understood or truly didn't care to take the time to understand and support my soul.
Yeah. That's how I go.
Hey, look, okay, let me tell you something because I can feel him. So, when you in your lowest self, everything, like I said, it's so many bad points about being in Babylon. Like, and I say my lowest self because that's the root of what it is, of what you're experiencing. And because I was in my lowest self, I didn't have my husband, I didn't have my family, I didn't have the people around me who would connect, you know what I'm saying? So everything, there's components within your lower self, and that being the worst scenario, or the worst thing to be able to deal with in your lower self, there's pockets, you know what I'm saying? We can go in there. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff, you know, a lot of stuff within that.
Every time you flush your toilet, you know it's going to the plumbing
People trying to feed my child crazy shit. Like, I just told you that that's not what you know, like, it's just a whole bunch of shit within that pocket that you can talk about that's bad. Beating your low self.
Taking a shower in fluoride water. Every time you flush your toilet, you know it's destroying the planet.
And then it's cold outside. There's no plants outside. There's plants, but it's not plants. If you understand what I'm saying. Gotta bundle yourself up in all these clothes. Knowing goddamn well you feel restricted. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Next question.
Okay. How do the women get along now?
From my personal experience, thus far since I've been here, me and Chief has been spending a lot of time together since we, everything came back together. So we are like coming more together slowly but surely. But
because they got their husbands too now.
They do. Like everybody has a function. Everybody has their own job to, nurse and nurture. But when we do come together, it's very powerful. I feel like there's a lot of creative energy that's there that can be utilized. We're just waiting for everything to we're literally unfolding and we're literally in the moment of everything. But from what I feel like all of the women, we connect in a certain way. Each and every single one of us, though it's still unraveling and we still have more to learn about each other, we still have more to teach each other, and I'm excited for that.
That's the whole package. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the next question?
A lot of people want to know, are we still going to Africa?
Absolutely. We already in Africa. We are Africa. That's something that you just got to match. That's a fact. Yeah, Africa, it's the motherland, man. That's the motherland. I mean, that's it. I feel like Africa is the complete disconnect from, that's like, once you get to Africa, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's like in the video game, like you just do. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole nother level.
That is.
Yeah. That's all the questions?
I mean, a lot of these are like the same question, or they just bad questions. These people, they say it's not a question, but it's a comment. I'm not gonna read that. Most everybody wants to know about.
Call in. Let them call in.
All right, we got some callers.
You got some callers?
Yeah.
All right, we can hold it for the callers.
All right, let's see.
We can hold it for the callers. Did you hear me?
Hold it right now. Oh, got it.
Yeah, you can hold it.
There's only 3 people.
Oh, we can call in. All right, so y'all could call in. Crazy shit, people calling in. Yeah, y'all could call in.
What up, Chief?
Peace, God.
How y'all doing?
Everything regular, everything real good now.
Man, this is beautiful, man. I'm just happy for you guys, and this is something that only intuition and destiny could bring back together. Because when I see it, it's almost like I don't know if I'm dreaming or if I'm like woke or what. It's just like, man, how in the world this happened? But when you really mean that you're grounded, y'all really are grounded. It's the most beautiful thing I ever seen in my life. Like it makes me want to just stay grounded and stay down, like y'all say. And it's just one of the most beautiful things that I ever seen in my entire life, man. And I'm so proud and so happy for y'all. Like, this makes me feel so great. You seeing you with your daughter and your wife and your tribe. Like, this is beautiful, man. And I just want to say thank y'all for being an inspiration to everyone.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you calling and saying that, man. Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Thank her. She.
Thank you, Eliana. This is beautiful, man. I love myself.
I love myself. Peace, y'all. Peace, y'all. Let's see here. Let's go there. Shout out to everybody in the building. We acknowledge you. What's going on? We're gonna be going back. We're gonna be going live. That's it. Okay. No, let's talk to her.
Hey, sis.
Okay.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Y'all hear me? Yeah. How y'all doing?
It's good.
We doing good. How you doing? It's breaking up.
Sydney, call us back when you're not driving. What's that?
It's breaking up.
It's breaking up. Please don't call us when y'all driving, man. We don't want nothing to happen to y'all, man. Please. Pull over real quick. Pull over.
Things. How are you talking about it? Feeding. So my question is now, as a single woman, right? If a single woman wanted to come to carbonation, does she need to find a direct before she tries to come? Does she come and then manifest one? What's the directions now? Like if she comes and waits it out, does she have a role? What happens now?
I feel like, yeah.
All right, first of all, you don't need to be paying attention to a mate. When you join carbonation, you're paying attention to self-growth. Everything else going to fall in line. Seek ye the kingdom of God, which is yourself, knowledge yourself, and everything else going to come to you. You come in here with the wrong idea. I think that the universe knows exactly what you need, and you need to be focused on thyself. You know what I'm saying? Once you focus on yourself and knowledge yourself, everything else gonna come to you. That's that. We're not in control of that.
Right.
You come into carbonation for the right reasons, and you proclaiming the kingdom online like you're supposed to be doing. I think the universe is gonna take care of all of that.
I agree.
You agree with that, baby?
I do.
All right.
Because that's how it happens.
Gratitude. How do I end it?
Thankful.
Because I wanna expand on that because we are definitely here for a certain purpose individually. Having a Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Having the twin flame is like that's like an addition. That's a luxury, you know, because we're literally here for a purpose. We're on a mission to teach humanity that I am state consciousness, like come back to that understanding. So we all individually signed a cosmic contract for us to come here and, you know, bear this knowledge that Chief has given to us to be able to give back to you. So us finding